All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Code 64. Today, it looks a little bit different because we don't have our usual layout because you are...
I'm here in person with 11 for once.
Yes, and
Yep.
I don't know how often this will be because Cody literally lives all the way in camera, as you can see in his jersey.
Yeah.
I said camera. He lives all the way in camera. He lives all the way in Canada,
Yep.
like literally on the completely different side of Canada, not
Yeah.
super near.
Yeah, basically the whole other side of North America.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it's crazy. You're close to like New York and stuff, right?
I'm more closer to probably Maine than New York,
Yeah,
but New York is somewhat close to me.
yeah. But while we're here, we're gonna film some content. Yesterday, we actually didn't really film a whole lot. We filmed at the Book Off, but we didn't film at the other video game stores. But to be honest, it didn't really have a lot.
Not really. No.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll turn Book Off into like a little short or something. We're also gonna go watch the Mario movie today, and we're also gonna be recording our initial like first impressions right off the bat. But today we wanted to talk about something that came out. When did this NateTheHate stuff come out?
It was like about a week or two now, something like that.
Was it before you came here?
It was before I came here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It happened like a couple days before you came
It was a
here.
couple days before. Yeah, so probably like about a week ago now. I would say,
Yeah. So NateTheHate, was it on his podcast or did he just make like a video or something?
No, so he did it with his podcast. He does with MVG.
Okay.
So they have like their podcast to do like monthly or whatever. So stuff like that.
So NateTheHate, if you guys aren't familiar, you want to give them a little bit of backstory of NateTheHate so that they know who we're talking about.
So NateTheHate is pretty much he's pretty much a reliable leaker insider at this point. He's been in the like leak industry for like several years now, and he's very credible when it comes to his information. He doesn't talk about something unless he actually knows it for sure that it's actually happening.
Yeah.
He has a really good track record. He's pretty much gotten like everything right with the past Nintendo Directs for like the past couple of years. He got the Switch 2 reveal correct, and just his whole list of records that's gotten correct is just very long. So I'm not going to bore you with that, but he's pretty much like a 9 out of 10 leaker.
Yeah, and the thing I like about him is that he doesn't really talk about stuff unless he like knows for sure that it's either going to happen, or he kind of masks his leaks with them being predictions.
Pretty much, yeah.
So with this specific thing, it kind of came out of nowhere. You know, a lot of people are expecting a Nintendo Direct sometime soon. It's highly anticipated. We haven't gotten that first Direct of the year yet. And a lot of people are waiting to see what is next from Nintendo because past that Yoshi game in May, we don't really know too much about.
We don't have anything.
Yeah,
No.
we don't know anything about some of the stuff that they've announced already or just anything new. But he came on his podcast, and he just dropped a bunch of bombshells, quote unquote predictions. But again, keep in mind, he doesn't really talk about stuff like this until...
Some of them he kind of framed as predictions, but some of them were kind of framed as like stuff that he actually knows.
Yeah.
But he kind of mixes his things in between, so it's really, you can kind of tell where he says something that it may seem like a prediction, but in hindsight, because eventually it actually gets announced, so you can tell that it actually was a leak, but he kind of like phrased it as a prediction.
Yeah, and I figured he kind of has to do that just so that they don't come for him.
Pretty much.
The Nintendo ninjas don't fucking come for him.
Yeah.
But you have the list, a tweet of a bunch of stuff that he came out with. Why don't you tell me what that first one is?
So the first one is just a basic one. It's not regarding like anything, but it just says no general direct until June 2026.
Ooh,
Which is a bit unfortunate because we haven't had a general direct in September of last year. And given what your opinion may be on that one, I thought it was like relatively decent at best. Because again, we don't have any really huge heavy hitters right now for Switch 2. But I'm just kind of keeping optimistic about it because again, the console is only in its first year right now.
Yeah.
So we'll just see what goes on with that. A little bit disappointed, but I was kind of hoping that we would get one in April, just like how they had one last year in April. But I guess we'll see. So that's the first thing. That's the first.
Yeah, damn, June is. Because we're kind of like expecting that the next, so whenever this first one comes out, the first general direct for the year, we're kind of expecting that the next one to be in September. So that'll give so it'll be June, July, August, like literally like a 3-month like time period.
Pretty much, yeah.
If it does end up happening, because again, new console generation, maybe Nintendo wants to do things in a different way. We've talked about the way that they've done things. You know, they've announced stuff in social media. They've done general directs for just games. They have partner showcases, indie worlds, or whatever. So they're doing things a little bit different this time around. So June, you know, if NateTheHate is predicting it in June, you know, more than likely it'll happen in June. I'm still kind of coping that maybe May, later down the line in April.
To me, May kind of feels like a weird spot because that's when the Yoshi game comes out. So at that point, you might as well just wait until June.
Yeah,
So,
but who knows? You know, maybe we do have to wait until June. But
yeah.
what do you got next?
Next one. So this is kind of maybe a surprise one, maybe not, because if you've been keeping up with news, they just recently announced that Fox McCloud, is in the Mario Galaxy movie.
Yeah.
And apparently there is a new Star Fox game coming to Switch 2 this summer, which is kind of crazy to think about summer because we don't even have it announced yet. We're here in April now.
Yeah.
So it's classic style. Visuals are good. Online multiplayer might be revealed within the next month. So if they do that, it would be revealed outside of a direct, which I feel would be kind of weird for something like that. But I mean, if it's a new Star Fox game for the summer, it would be really cool because it would coincide really well with the, because Fox is very present in the Galaxy movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be really cool and kind of a way to kind of kickstart the franchise again, because freaking, my God, bro. Star Fox has been in the freaking trenches for so long.
That was one of my predictions when they were before they did the first, Switch 2 Direct.
That was one of mine, too. You remember that?
That was on our bingo cards for sure.
So maybe I was right, but maybe I was just a year off.
We were just a little bit too early.
Yep.
But yeah, it being in the summer, that's kind of crazy because we're literally almost there.
Yeah.
Well, when does summer start? July, June?
June.
So we're literally almost around the corner from summer. And yeah, like you said, I would find it a little bit weird if they do just announce it on social media. Maybe they do a general direct or just a game specific direct for it. I feel like that would be my preferred way to go, because if it's not going to be in the next general direct, I feel like a franchise like Star Fox that is returning, highly anticipated. A lot of people have been waiting for a proper next game in the franchise. I feel like it deserves a pretty big spotlight. I mean, it is getting a pretty big spotlight in the Mario Galaxy movie, and a little bit of a spoilers is something that you told me because you've been keeping up with reviews and whatnot. Something that Cody told me is that apparently Fox gets a little bit more screen time than Rosalina in the movie.
Kind of, but people have been really mixed on what they've been saying about that, so who really knows? I'm going to save my judgment for that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll make another video talking specifically about the Galaxy movie and how we think about Fox, but if that ends up being the case, then they're probably doing, it's Nintendo does things kind of intentionally sometimes, for them to bring on a character like that, not just as a cameo, but giving them a good amount of screen time. They probably want to really push Star Fox and let people know that, hey, Star Fox is, another big player in the Nintendo first party IP thing.
Right.
But yeah, Star Fox, I'd be excited.
Me too.
I'm honestly really excited for it.
Me too.
Do you have anything else you want to say about that?
Not that one in particular. I'm going to grab my phone again.
Yeah, so Star Fox in the summer, multiplayer, classic visuals, that'd be kind of crazy.
So next one's here is summer 2026. So we have Splatoon Raiders, Fire Emblem Fortunes Weaves, Rhythm Heaven Groove, and Switch Sports.
Sports.
Be like a sequel or whatever.
Oh.
And then unsure if it's a new report, actually, it says. Pikmin 4 Switch 2 Edition, and also Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Switch 2 Edition.
Whoa. Okay, so Splatoon Raiders, I'm kind of expecting it to come out this year. We have not seen it besides when it was first initially revealed. And I'm very surprised that we haven't gotten anything again. They probably
that was almost 9 months ago now. So.
Yeah, was that at the initial Switch 2 reveal?
No, they just dropped it on Twitter one day.
Oh, what the hell? Okay. Yeah. And then you said Fire Emblem. Yeah, that when they revealed that, did it say 2026 at the end of that?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's to be expected.
That was the game. That was the game they finished off with in the last direct.
Oh, okay. The last general direct.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then what was the next thing?
The next one was Rhythm Heaven Groove.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? All right, because they announced that alongside Tomodachi Life, I believe it was, at the same direct. I'm highly anticipating that game. That's one of my most anticipated games. I want to know more about it. I want to play it. You're not too big on rhythm games, but
no, it's not really my kind of jam, honestly.
But you kind of understand that, it has
one of my friends is really big into Rhythm Heaven, but it's not really my kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm really highly anticipating it. But again, those 3 games are games that we already know about. You said Pikmin 4 Switch 2 Edition?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what to think about that. I'm not super. I like the idea of Pikmin, but I'm not super big on Pikmin. What about you?
No, I tried Pikmin 3 years ago, couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
No, it's not really my thing. Although one of my friends is really big into it, but it's not really for me.
Okay, and what do you think of the next one?
Xenoblade 2 Switch 2 Edition. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of history here. Xenoblade Chronicles... This guy already knows this.
I know.
Xenoblade 2 is my favorite video game of all time. I'm very big on the Xenoblade franchise, and that game is the one Switch 2 Edition I want the most. Because visually, it could look so much better. And especially performance-wise, it could be better. And there's just maybe some new things they could chuck in there. We actually did have a leak a couple months ago from a Xenoblade voice actor that says they'd be, voicing in something Xenoblade related in 2026, which, funny enough, if I had a nickel for every time a Xenoblade voice actor leaked a Xenoblade game, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's funny that it happened twice, because it happened with Xenoblade 3. But that would be interesting, because, again, it's my favorite game of all time, so it gives me more of an excuse to, play it again, obviously. So, 1440p, 4K, 60 FPS for that game would go freaking hard. And I'd like to see new content for it, honestly.
Do you think it would be on the same scale as Xenoblade X in terms of what they did with that game with its Switch 2 edition?
No, I think they go even more than that, because the Switch 2 edition for Xenoblade X was just a visual and performance thing. That's all it was.
Okay.
And that thing is really controversial on Twitter. It looks even worse than the actual Switch 1 version in some cases.
But you said that it wasn't Nintendo directly, or Monolith Soft doing it directly, right?
No, it was a third party, apparently.
Yeah.
So if the Switch 2 edition for Xenoblade 2 is Monolith Soft directly, yeah, I would say it'd be a really good quality wise.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a different scale game. I feel like that's like I think it's a bigger game. I feel like that's like one that they would probably want to handle it a little bit more with more care. Because you said Xenoblade X was just like a fidelity thing, like
it was just a fidelity thing.
Yeah, so I feel like that would be...
In terms of scale, they're both giant games.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
It's just Xenoblade 2 is so much older now, so it has room to just kind of grow more with the Switch 2 edition.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, so those are pretty big games. Of course, you can kind of take them or leave them depending. Not a lot of people are into Pikmin, not a lot of people are into Xenoblade, but still big games nonetheless. Really big fan bases for both of those games. Is there anything else on that list?
Let me see. I forgot to put my phone down. Ocarina of Time remake for Switch 2 coming in the second half of 2026. This is a big one.
That's a big one.
And I've seen more of it online too. Apparently it's not just like an enhanced port of like Ocarina of Time 3 on 3DS. It's more so like an actual fully fledged remake made from the ground up.
Yeah.
It's just a complete revamp. It just redoes everything.
I would love that. Because yes, we did get the remaster on the 3DS. I've yet to play that actually. I should check it out just to see how that is. But because the next big Zelda game is probably not going to happen until like 2028 earliest, honestly.
That's still quite a ways away.
Yeah, that's still kind of ways away again. Tears of the Kingdom didn't come out, came out not too long ago. I think it came out in 2023, right?
Yeah, next month will be 3 years.
Yeah, so they're probably just cooking. They're probably going to take their time with that.
Yeah.
Optimistically, again, it'll probably...
I mean, if they really wanted to, they could give us a teaser for the next one this year, given that it is the 40th anniversary of Zelda.
Yeah. But a completely brand new Ocarina of Time remake, not a remaster. And when did you say that when he predicted that it would come out until like the end of the year?
It'd be like the holiday game for the year.
Yeah, that's a pretty big holiday game. Considering the fact that again we're not going to get Pokemon at the end of the year.
Which I was really shocked about that.
Yeah, that's going to come out until 2027.
But good. They need more time to cook. Don't rush Pokemon.
Yeah, you don't want to rush Pokemon nowadays, especially when you're making it exclusive to the Switch too.
Exactly.
And I'm saying we're not going to get... That would be a perfect... holiday game because is the next thing that
this is the big disappointment. A lot of people are gonna be disappointed with this if this is true, which given who it's coming from, it's very likely to be.
Yeah.
No 3D Mario in 2026, but it's coming in 2027. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. You said the other day that we're nearing the 10th anniversary of Odyssey.
9. It'll be 10 years. It would be 10 years by the time the next one comes out.
Yeah. So. It's been a while. It's been a goddamn good while. I that was one of my locks. I thought it was for sure that we were just gonna get Switch 2 alongside a 3D Mario game. But of course we got Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is amazing. One of my favorite games of all time. One of my favorite 3D platformers.
Oh heck yeah, that was my game of the year last year.
Yeah, mine too.
Which is so funny because when they announced that game, I was disappointed because I wanted a 3D Mario game. Just looking at my reaction in hindsight makes me cringe so bad because I actually loved the fucking game genuinely.
Yeah, we played the game. We're like, okay, this is peak. It was just amazing.
It was amazing. That game made me a DK fan because I wasn't really big on DK growing up. So
yeah, they really did their thing with that game. That was a really damn good one.
In my opinion, right now, for all the exclusives that are on Switch 2, Bonanza is still the best exclusive on the console, in my opinion.
Yeah, that aren't cross-platform. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah. But yeah, 3D Mario game not coming out this year. Again, just like we mentioned with the Ocarina of Time. If that ends up happening, that'd be the perfect holiday game. I feel like that would definitely do a lot around that time, and it would If it have to be Switch 2 exclusive for sure.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a holiday game, you want to promote the Switch 2 for the holidays. You want to just again make a bunch of money through the console sales. What better way than to give people a remake of a beloved, probably the most beloved Zelda game at this point, or one of the most beloved Zelda games.
Yeah.
Besides like Breath of the Wild and stuff like that.
I'd even say, in like to some degree, even Ocarina of Time is more beloved than Breath of the Wild. It really depends on who you ask.
Yeah, because it has that like classic factor to it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3D Mario game next year. Yeah, honestly, listen. Regardless of when it comes out, it's gonna be peak. It's gonna be an event. You mentioned this.
Yep.
Whenever a new 3D Mario game comes out, it's a fucking event.
Yeah, it's gonna be Super Mario Titans.
It's gonna be Super Mario Titans, dude.
For context on that, if you guys don't know, everyone's been posting about this and memeing it. It's clearly fake. It's AI generated, but it's like a fake AI generated of a 3D Mario game called Super Mario Titans. It looks so bad. It's fake, but everyone's just been memeing it on social media.
It has like a super jacked Mario.
Yeah,
and like all the scenes on the backgrounds have been like from previous games and shit.
Yeah,
it's a mess, but it's funny. It's a meme, and of course, like as the more time passes from like the release of Mario Odyssey to a new one, the more people are hungry for a new 3D Mario experience. And honestly, if it comes out next year, that means that they're cooking. You know, they're taking their time with it. They're not rushing it, and honestly, I prefer that because regardless, I mean, honestly speaking, there's not really been like a bad 3D Mario game, right?
No. Despite what some people say about Sunshine, that game is still considered the black sheep. For me personally, it's my favorite 3D Mario game of all time. But in hindsight, really, there's no bad 3D Mario game. There really isn't.
I think the thing with that is like people compare it to like other 3D Mario games.
Yeah,
but
most of the people that don't like Sunshine are the 64 Glazers.
Yeah, because that came out after 64. Yeah. But at the same time, you're kind of like comparing Peak up against Peak, and it's like it's whatever your preference is. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
So yeah, it'll be good regardless. So next year, it just makes me more excited for next year. But is there anything else on the list?
As far as I can tell, excuse me. Let me pull it up again. Oh yeah, Dustblood's coming later in 2026. That's nothing new. We already know that.
Later in 2026?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's the third party game from FromSoft that's exclusive to Switch 2 that was announced last year. The Switch 2 Direct, which you haven't really not seen anything on it since.
Was that the last thing, or that was the second to the last thing they announced?
Well, they showed like some screenshots and stuff from it not too long ago, but we don't have any really concrete stuff on it besides that.
Yeah. No, I mean like whenever they first showed it.
Yeah, that was the only time.
Was that the last thing that they showed, or was it Bonanza that was after? Because they got announced at the same
no,
direct.
Bonanza was the final reveal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was still a pretty damn big reveal because it's a FromSoft game.
Yeah.
And it's exclusive to the Switch too. A lot of people are highly anticipating that game. You said that we got some screenshots not so long ago.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was exactly. Like a month ago now.
Yeah, but we haven't gotten like another like trailer or anything like that. Nothing like super big to hold people over. So I think that would be at the next big general direct, just because it's a big first party. Not first party, but like an exclusive to the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Considering it's from software, but
that's what I think too.
Yeah. What do you think overall of those things? Is there anything in that list that you're like, I don't know about that, or like, yeah, for sure that I could see that, or does all of it I
could see it just given it's coming from NateTheHate. Ocarina of Time remake is really cool. I'd be interested in seeing how it looks like. I'm not a Zelda guy, so I wouldn't play it, but I'd be interested in just seeing how that game looks in a modernized version.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm looking forward to just seeing how it looks from a visual perspective, but I wouldn't play it because I'm not big on Zelda. Star Fox would be cool because Star Fox needs to come back, bro. Star Fox Zero came out in 2016. That game was horrible. I played it. I gave up on it because like halfway through it because the controls were bad. Yes, I was one of the 5 people that had a Wii U. So yeah, that game was not that great. So to see Star Fox come back in a bigger way would be really great. And just kind of getting it out there early in Switch 2 would be really nice. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
And of course, the Xenoblade 2 Switch 2 edition. Of course, I would love that. Obviously, it's my favorite game of all time. So I don't need to say more on that.
Yeah, in terms of like Switch 2 editions, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more throughout the year, just because kind of feels like they're dropping them here and there. But Pikmin 4, makes sense. Xenoblade 2 also really makes sense. I think it'll take a while for them to make like a Xenoblade 3 Switch 2 edition, or like
maybe.
I'm surprised they didn't just do Xenoblade 1 first, just to go in that order.
Maybe. I don't know. It really depends. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or heck, you know what? Maybe it's the whole trilogy all at once. Fuck it, I'll take that.
In a bundle? Damn, that'd be kind of
Fuck
sick.
yeah, dude, I'll take that. I will gladly fork over like $80 for that. Actually, if it's a bundle of all three, that's just gonna be like 120.
That's gonna be just straight up 100.
I'll still pay for it.
Yeah, I know you would. Yeah, and nothing in here really screams like, oh, that doesn't seem like too realistic, or it's just kind of like hopeful thinking. Again, it is coming from NateTheHate, probably at this point, because we don't have Piora anymore.
Yeah, that dude got freaking massacred, bro.
Yeah, he got executed live.
Bro, he got the electric chair.
Nintendo took him to Japan and just gave him the death sentence. But no, besides like Piora, who's not around really seemingly anymore, NateTheHate seems to be like the most credible source of leaks, or speculation. Again, sometimes he does kind of mask his predictions or his quote unquote leaks with being predictions, and again, he doesn't really speak on these things unless he has heard from credible sources that these things are happening, or unless he's 100% certain that things are going to happen. So when he speaks and he's revealing a bunch of stuff like this, then it's more than likely, I wouldn't be surprised if like 80 to 100% of these things that he talked about end up happening.
Right.
Because again, they're not super outlandish, and given the time frames, it seems very possible. Maybe the only one that I can see, maybe maybe it ends up happening, but maybe not at the end of the year, is the Ocarina of Time remake. And I say that only because the Ocarina of Time remake has been a topic of discussion since like forever. Like it's been like a rumor since like fucking forever. But again, we're not having Pokemon, we're not having Mario seemingly, based off what he is saying. So I think it'd be a perfect time to do so, especially if Nintendo doesn't plan on having the next Zelda game anytime soon. But what do you think? Do you have anything else you want to add to that?
So this is another. Can we check like another leak and rumor in here?
Yeah.
So this comes from somebody that actually, I don't know how credible this person is, but just fun to talk about regardless.
Who is it?
So I don't remember the username. Actually, let me see here.
Mm-hmm.
Their name was Mallow932. I don't know who it is.
No, I don't know who that is.
But it's, I guess they've done previous things before. I don't really know them too well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to check this out here anyway, just in case. Because they actually posted this leak a couple hours before NateTheHate dropped his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So it was before that.
Oh, yeah.
So, new class of Star Fox releasing in June, just like he mentioned that, and he actually mentioned this before NateTheHate did.
Mm-hmm.
Ocarina of Time remake in 2026.
Oh, this person said that before NateTheHate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just hours before.
Okay.
New Switch Sports title, which NateTheHate also said.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that.
3D Mario 2027, which is what NateTheHate also said.
Mm-hmm.
And then the commenter also provided info that Nate didn't mention in his podcast. So this is something else entirely. Super Metroid remake, saying that it's close. It's in like the pixel art style or whatever, like HD2D, whatever it could be. And then also Mercury Steam, which is also the developer of Dread and Samus Returns. I would assume maybe they're making the Super Metroid remake as well, but they're also making Metroid 6. That doesn't surprise me. I was expecting that.
Yeah.
That's also another franchise that's 40th anniversary is this year, so I would love to see stuff like that. I'm a big Metroid fan, so that'd be really cool. New Wario Land possible for 2027.
Oh shit, okay.
That would go really crazy because Wario Land has been in the trenches, bro.
Yeah.
And apparently, this is another crazy one. Another new Star Fox game, but described as the adventure ones, like Star Fox Adventure or something like that, not releasing in 2026. So, the other stuff besides the things that NateTheHate mentioned here, because of course this dude also mentioned things that NateTheHate ended up saying in his podcast. The other things, take those with a little bit more grain of salt, because again, this might not be as reliable. But those would be really cool. What would you think of a Super Metroid remake?
I would love that. I think that's one of the most, still to this day, one of the most beloved Metroid games.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like one of the most beloved SNES games ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of people really love that game. That's one of the few that I've passed, and I love that game. I think it's excellent. I would love to see it if it is done in that 2D, kind of like how some of these newer sprite games are. Like much more refined, like a lot more pixels, just looks absolutely gorgeous. I would love to see it, and I think that's the perfect one to do.
Yeah.
Given how just the story of it just has a lot of like crazy lore, and the gameplay is excellent. So I would love for that one to be remade. Yeah, that would be really cool.
I like Super Metroid, but I feel it's still a great game, don't get me wrong, but gameplay wise it feels a bit clunky compared to the newer one, so to give it kind of like a more modernized feel, but keep it like that nostalgia, like from a visual perspective, I think would be a really great mix.
Yeah. Metroid 6, what do you think about that?
That doesn't surprise me. A follow-up to Dread, it feels inevitable. Metroid Dread is the best-selling Metroid game of all time, so that doesn't surprise me. I knew that was going to come at some point, so if it comes this year or next year, I'm not really surprised by that. Anyone could really guess that at this point.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
Does it say when, if it ends up happening, of course, the Super Metroid remake would happen?
This year.
This year? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And what about Metroid 6? That's 2027?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other new Star Fox game, what do you think about that one?
So the one that we mentioned earlier, that's like in the classic style, like just like the spaceship shooting and stuff like that.
Yep.
So that one, they're saying it's like more in line with the adventure games. That would be fucking awesome, because I feel like nowadays, if they were to do something like that, I feel like it would be on a bigger scale. And I would love for them to give Star Fox the treatment that they kind of did with Bonanza, where they just like completely. That game was made with love. Like, you can very much tell that they took their time with that game, and especially how it's like you go on. You're not only on the spaceship, but you also are landing in planets and stuff like that. I would love to see that. I would really, really love to see that. As far as Star Fox Adventures is one of those that it's kind of, I don't want to say it's controversial, but it's kind of like a mixed bag. Oh, you know, I feel like a lot of people think that they could have done way more with it, myself included, but I still thought that it was a pretty good game.
Yeah, no, I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
And the last one, well, actually, the Star Fox game was the last one. I wrote it order, but close enough. The new Wario Land, possibly 2027. I'm not really big on Wario Land. I've never really played them. What do you think of that?
Wario Land is the one that they put out on the NSO recently, right?
That's Wario World.
Wario Land.
Wario Land's the 2D ones.
Oh, okay. I can see that. I can see that sometime next year or something like that, just to kind of like, because if they're what I'm kind of thinking is like, because obviously before they would do like the 2D Mario games and stuff like that, we didn't really get like a proper 2D Mario game besides Mario Wonder on the Switch one, but we did get like the ports from the Switch or the Wii U era and stuff like that. We got 3D World and whatnot. I think it would be a really good idea for Nintendo to bring on their other IPs, kind of like what Cody is saying, Wario, and utilize that as like, okay, this is our filler, this is our buffer, maybe we're not going to get another 2D Mario game for a while, but we have Wario Land to kind of hold us over for the whatever it is, the next 2D Mario game, whether it be like another one that's in the style of Super Mario Wonder. I'm still holding out hope. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but Super Mario World in a similar fashion as Super Mario Wonder.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I would love that, but I would love to see it just because, again, a lot of people are really big fans of Wario, and we had Pizza Tower a couple years ago.
I've played it,
and that would make that game really kind of made people want an actual, because it was heavily inspired by like the Wario games, and I feel like a lot of people really it got it in their head like, when's the next Wario game, you know what I mean? So
next Wario Land.
Yeah, I feel like that
they've
could
just
be
been
really
milking
cool.
WarioWare, bro.
yeah. I mean, WarioWare is really good, but again, it's just like quick mini games and stuff like that. Nothing too super substantial, but that would go hard. But
it would.
Is there anything else in that, or was
that
it?
That's it actually.
Yeah, again, that second part, kind of take it with a grain of salt, because again, it's coming from somebody. But again, at the same time, they did say the things that NateTheHate said a couple hours before.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what was that NateTheHate podcast? Was it live or was it pre-recorded?
It was pre-recorded.
Oh, who knows, like the order of events, you know what I mean? Maybe he recorded it up before that person said that, and he just happened to post it a couple hours after, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the comment that contained all that was posted before NateTheHate uploaded his video.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, we don't know when he actually recorded it, so we don't know like who, maybe they're like in contact with each other. They you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but regardless, though, again, I feel like regardless of who said it first or who heard it first, if NateTheHate is saying it, putting it out there, as predictions or something like that, then I could kind of give it some credibility. But
Yeah.
yeah, do you have anything else to say about any of those things? Or
Not for those in particular. That's all it covers. That's really it.
yeah. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think any of the things
Before we end off, this has nothing to do with what we just talked about. I just want to throw this in here. I don't want to drag this part on too long. Smash 6. I feel like that could be a whole other discussion, though.
Yeah, I feel like that could be like a separate video. I made a video recently about it. I feel like we could talk about it like in a separate video, but
or actually to make it more of a lighter thing. How would you feel about an Ultimate Switch 2 edition if it's like it's not replacing a new game entirely?
Well, to not like make it super long, if it ends up happening, I would see it happening sometime in 2027. Maybe like early 2027. I'd be very surprised if it ends up happening this year if it does.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't mind it, just like you mentioned, if it doesn't end up like taking the place of another Smash Brothers game. I don't think it would. I don't think those things are exclusive. I think one could happen and the other thing could happen as well. But there's just like very specific things. I'm thinking about it in a competitive standpoint because I'm so rooted in that. You're gonna divide the fan bases. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna release exclusive things, what does that entail? You know, like, is it gonna be like some of the modes that are already in Smash Ultimate that don't have online? You give them online. You improve what the online. Maybe you do something different with like World of Light, because I don't think they'll make like a completely brand new fucking story mode. I feel like they would save that for a brand new Smash Brothers game. And of course, the big thing is characters, you know, and that's where I say that it could divide the fan base, the more so the competitive one, because if you're going to be releasing new characters and you want to promote a Switch 2 edition, then stuff like that would have to be exclusive. You know
yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, what do you think of a Switch 2 edition of Smash Ultimate?
I mean, I'm fine with it as long as it doesn't take away from a new entry, because I just kind of want, new stuff to look forward to personally. I mean, I'm fine with that. If it just holds us over for a while, I'll take it. Yeah. I'm not really too picky.
Yeah. But all right. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We really do appreciate the support. Again, we did film a couple videos prior to Cody coming to California, but I ended up getting sick, unfortunately. I don't know if you guys can tell by my voice. I'm still recovering. But yeah, those videos are still relevant. It's having to do with some of the things that we do know that are coming out for Nintendo. And then, of course, we did film some little shorts here and there. So expect those to be probably releasing sometime next week. I'm going to try to see if I can put this file on my laptop so I can edit it while Cody's still here, so that, because it's more relevant. It's a little topical since it is a big topic of discussion. So yeah, I'll see if those videos come out this week, but that's it for us. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say.
That's it. We just appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll catch you guys next time. Again, expect for sure a Mario Galaxy movie review coming up within the next day.
We might just record that when we get back from seeing it tonight.
Yeah, I think we should. Just to
be fresh in our minds.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, take care. Stay safe. Thank you for supporting Code 64. You guys are amazing. You guys are beautiful.
That's it. You guys are great.
Take care. Bye.
Peace.